Crazy Hair Day, also Crazy Politics Day, YouTube. Kevin Proctor here to talk about impeachment. Yeesh. So, the 45th President of the United States, Donald Trump, has been officially impeached. And the question is about him being removed. I think a lot of people are mistaking impeachment for removal. Well, my hair is really a mess. But it's not being removed. I'm pretty sure Bill Clinton was on his way to be impeached, but wasn't fully removed from office because it was the end of his term. I have to look that up again. All you fine folks have the internet literally in the front of your face right now. You can look it up too. But I'm pretty sure he was impeached, but not completely removed, whereas Nixon was impeached and then just resigned. So no president, I don't think, there's never been a president removed. And I don't think in this case it's going to happen either. But I think a lot of people that are the LGBTQ community and the immigrant communities and liberals and lots of people are happy. But what they're not thinking about is if he is removed, even if it's for a couple of months, who's going to take over for him in that process, right? Like, nobody really thinks about that. Nobody's really thinking about what's going to happen in the event, in that event. And I think the answer is Mike Pence would become the sitting president of the United States of America in the event that he was removed. Is that likely to happen soon? No, I don't think so. And likely to happen at all? I don't know. Not likely. It's going to be hard to remove a sitting president. It takes 2/3, I think, and they've really got to prove that. But the difference here is that in Congress, and I think where it needs to go next, it's not just House representatives there, which they've all been very tightly knit in the Republican community. But I think this is going to change when it goes to vote, because you have people, in Congress that are Republicans that do not like Donald Trump, and they want him removed also. So there is certainly some stuff there to look into. I think a lot of those party line concerns have changed. But I want people to think really long and hard what your knee-jerk reaction is. You're talking about, you really want Mike Pence to be the president of the United States of America? I mean, I don't think that he can make direct impact. My friend Brandon says this all the time, and he's right, absolutely right. Vote locally. I mean, your local elections are really what matters. Your big elections, like one man isn't going to change everything directly for you right away. But it can impact your life, and I will say that just Trump being president alone has impacted my life personally, with the becoming disabled and a couple of things there, involving like my personal health issues, ankles, and making it more difficult to get assistance and help with health insurance and all that. Just me at home with my son, and I should try to do my best to kind of support us on our own without any type of assistance. But it's tough. It's tough to maintain a household and a kid with bad ankles and no help, from another parent. So, long story short, where I'm getting with this, I went off on a tangent again. Replacing the sitting president with somebody like Mike Pence temporarily, even for a couple of months or a year or whatever it may be, until 2020 rolls around. I don't know. I don't think that it's going to be a better scenario. I mean, you want to see, Trump's been off the handle, right, with things like craziness. But let's look at what's happened so far. Whether you're an Obama supporter or not, he's paved the precedent that it's okay to use executive order to kind of fuck your way through getting things done with Congress, because he had such a major issue working with Congress because they're obstinate as fuck. I mean, say what you want, I'm a libertarian, I don't really like Democrats either, but I calls it as I sees it. I'm a whale biologist. That's a Futurama reference. I'm a nerd. I don't think that that people look at things objectively, and that can be kind of problematic. And that's, I guess, my point with that. Democrats can be just as ridiculous in a lot of this stuff. So when we talk about changing things up and what's going to happen next, I'd be interested actually in the comments below to hear what people have to say about what's going to happen with the next term election and all that stuff. Like, if he gets impeached, like, do the Republicans run somebody else? They keep pushing Trump. I mean, he's going to be an impeached sitting president that's running for office, and then they're going to be trying to remove him, and they're going to be making a case during an election year. So it could really polarize the shit out of the United States. That's a scary fucking thing. But the thing that really concerns me the most is like, what can be done there? Like that, what are they gonna do politically? Does Mike Pence run an election, like try to be elected as president if he is removed? Like if it's removed quickly, like if Trump's removed quickly and Pence is there, is Pence trying to push the election still to, stay with the Keep America Great thing? Like, what happens? And I'm sure I'm gonna look this up after this. I'm gonna find out, but I'd be interested to see what all you fine fucking people think. And get Yang Gang's perspective on this, because we're not really hung up on impeachment like a lot of the other, I think, campaigns are. They're really focused on like impeachment this and impeachment that, and Donald Trump got elected because of specific reasons that need to be addressed, not because we need to remove him and he sucks. Like, I get that, that's cool, but what's more effective? Use an election and just beat him by a landslide while he's being impeached, because we peel off tens of thousands of Trump. People don't want to vote for the guy who's losing, right? I mean, most people, when you take away all of the pressure of society and you put them in that ballot box, they're voting with whatever is up here. So if they genuinely believe Donald Trump's the best option, they're going to vote for him. But at the end of the day, they're going to vote with whatever they feel forced into, scared into. I know people that have told me that they lied about who they voted for just because they didn't want the pressure of being like, you didn't vote for Hillary? You voted for a libertarian candidate? And you cost the election. No, she cost the election for being a shit candidate, and for fucking trouncing Bernie and say what you want in the primaries, but they stole an election from her. And I think that as time goes on, we're going to find out more and more about that and how corrupt the DNC's been. But I think we have a breakdown of the two-party political system, especially now. The GOP is just gonna fall apart at the seams because their whole thing was conservatism, and when we look back on the party, we're gonna see a lot of both parties. I should say. I shouldn't just poor Democrats. Poor Republicans. I'm sorry. Even though you guys are the fucking pro-lifers, we're not gonna go into that. Sorry if I lose anybody, but I genuinely don't give a shit. Science, motherfuckers. Republicans don't deserve all of the heat. Democrats are just as bad at this, not being partisan and being so divisive and everything's being divided, but people aren't looking at things from an even-keeled perspective, and that's, I guess, where I was going with that. We're getting pretty close to the end of the time here, so I want to wrap things up. The point that I guess I'm going with here is that we really need a good scenario to pull us out of this, because this is getting chaotic. Things are getting wild. Like the GOP dissolving, but not just the GOP, the Democrats are unraveling at the seams. Both two parties. That's where I was going, was to say that I think the two-party political system is breaking down. This is a really good time for the Libertarian Party. And the thing that drives me nuts is you assholes, Libertarians specifically, I love you guys, but you're fucking busy infighting when you could be taking over tens of thousands of disaffected Trump voters and disaffected Democrats, and you're not. You could make the case for the libertarian cause and libertarian perspective. Taxation is theft, but not if you sit around on your fucking ass eating Cheetos all day. Like, I get it. I'm not the most motivated person. I struggle in a lot of aspects. You know, getting out and getting the name across and getting your point across and your perspective is not your problem, libertarians. You guys do this very well. You articulate yourselves pretty well, make a case against government, big government, and taxation very effectively. So that's not my my criticism. My criticism is the not a real libertarian bullshit. It doesn't help the party at all. And I identify as a libertarian, but I'm probably going to vote Democrat during this this election, mainly because I'm not like fucking. I mean, I'm a libertarian. I'm proud to be a libertarian, but I'm not hung up on party politics. I'm going to go with the guy that I think has the best answers and the best choices, even if I don't agree with everything. Guns, specifically, I still like Yang. And I like the idea of a negative income tax. And at the end of the day, that's what we're talking about. Because I didn't pay $1,000 in a month in taxes every month. So $1,000 a month for me is more in taxes than I'm spending. That's negative income tax. Any way you cut it, you could say it's UBI, you could say it's welfare, you could say it's wealth distribution. At the end of the day, it's not coming from worker labor. It's not coming from transfer of means of production. And that's what socialism is. That's what welfare redistribution is. We're talking about harnessing AI power, something new, something that Ayn Rand could never have conceptualized in her brain. It really is a different day for us. So we're at 12 minutes. I'm going to tie this up saying that, this was really about kind of impeachment. In the two-party system, how it's divided, but how it could get worse too. At the same time, because of automation, because of social media, because of our power being redistributed back to us, it's just like money. This is why it needs to happen. Money is like knowledge. The knowledge gets trickled down from the top to us via cell phones, via the internet. We have more power, the ability to make more decisions, to vote people out, to communicate, to work together, to find out emails, 30,000, WikiLeaks emails, all that stuff is because of freedom of information, because of that redistribution of universal basic knowledge. Well, we could do the same thing with money and eliminate welfare programs and all of this heavy spending from the top. So the concern is, how are we going to reduce spending with more spending? Yeah, obviously, Obama said the same goddamn fucking thing and it never happened, so I get it. Now we're $23 trillion in debt. They make a valid point. But I'm going on to 15 minutes and I don't do that often, so making a good point here. At the end of the day, who needs that money? You know that money is being circulated in government, okay? Libertarians, you fucking know bureaucratic waste better than anybody else. I am one of those people that deals with that on a daily basis. Wouldn't you rather see that money kind of redistributed? Wouldn't you like to see the knowledge of the world redistributed? Wouldn't you like to see the truth about the two-party political system and the fact that polls aren't really accurate, that's distorted, that the information isn't being shared freely, that they're redistributing the data to certain people based on what their likes are and what their information is? We don't get paid for our data. It's getting sent to the cloud somewhere and somebody's making money off of our data, but we see zero of it. So when we talk about the money not being there, the money is there. It's just, where are we prioritizing it? And if we create a trickle-up economy, that could fundamentally change not just us, but if we really are the powerhouse of the world police, so to speak, and we're running things, it could change the whole world. We could see that this harnessing of automation can better human society. Like Roddenberry said, like Asimov said, these are all visionaries of their time, and I think with good reason. So is Ayn Rand, but she couldn't see past some of the things I think that Asimov and people like Robert Heinlein could see. Of course, some of it's bullshit, but a lot of it's fact. A lot of it's right in your hand right now. Technology that could not exist. My dad used to say, never gonna happen. He was wrong. subscribe, like, thank you for your time and staying over the extra couple of minutes for this perspective. My end thought really is impeachment is not the best road for us Democrats, libertarians, and Republicans. I think impeachment is the wrong thing to unify us. I think it's going to drive a bigger spike in our society and really split us apart. It's super early in the morning and I'm recording this because it woke me up thinking about it, about how Mike Pence is just going to end up in there and he's going to be wearing a Darth Vader fucking mask. I just don't like that guy at all. Even Trump, I can find some good things in, as much as people might hate it. He does a good job being completely insane and making himself unpredictable. But the hemp thing, there are some good things. But this is a concern. Hope you guys have a great day and a great holiday. If I don't see you before the holiday, happy holiday, Chrismahanukwanzakah. That was a whole thing from Virgin Mobile commercial 20 years ago. I'm old.